anyone here that has agreed resets or cases that we're passing without objection from the state?
I have one, Your Honor. It's Gustavo Ubier.
Give me the court, which doc? I've got 3 dockets. You got to tell me which court first.
It's the 406 District Court, cause number
Name of the defendant.
Gustavo Ubier Hernandez,
Page 7, Your Honor.
2021 CRD 1242 D4.
All right, and we're here for a final pretrial. What's gonna happen with this, Mr.?
I just met with my client, Your Honor. I conveyed the offer. I mean, it's a very high offer in which I think we still need to, if the state is still open to negotiations, but I intend to, I'm basically stepping in which the public defender used to represent, and they filed motions that I was wondering, I guess if I can orally request that they be adopted, and so that I can urge them as my motions as well, since they
Well,
filed.
Well, you're telling me you're going to recess, so why don't I give you a new date and you come prepared? And the state
Okay.
do whatever motions, because I don't have any of that in front of me.
No, and nevertheless, I also noticed that the state filed some notices as to translations and witness lists and so forth, but I didn't get the notice because I was not included as the attorney in the.
How much time do you need, Mr. Garcia?
If I can get 2 months so that we can already prepare all those things and then be able to meet with my client and go over, because I still need to meet with the state to go over a forensic interview.
Okay, look, I'm going to reset this for April 12th at 9 a.m.
Very well.
And that way everything can be in front of Judge Lopez.
Is Judge Hill, Your Honor.
I know, but no, it's in custody and Judge Lopez is handling that docket.
Okay, very well.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, because Judge Hill doesn't have an in custody until the 26th. I mean, I can do that if you prefer.
No, it's fine with Judge Lopez.
Okay, for April 12th at 9 a.m. for Gustavo Ubier Hernandez. So we don't have to bring him out. Any other ones, Mr. Garcia?
No, that's it, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a nice day.
As far any agreed resets? I don't have, yeah. We're just taking announcements. You're gonna have to wait until they call it.
No, that's fine. But I'll wait here.
No, I'll call you or
Okay,
let
I'll be
someone,
outside.
yes, please. What's the name of your defendant, Gecko? Anyways, anyone else? All right, I'll let you know when they call him. I got it. Yeah, I'll let him, I'll give someone a holler.
Judge,
Yes,
hi, good morning. It's Attorney Javier Guzman.
yes, sir.
I'm in the district court in person, Judge. I think we have an announcement on our case. Mr.
Give me which
Daniel
court?
Garza from the
Which
state.
court? Did you say Omar Garza?
Excuse me, for the fourth. No, Daniel Garza.
Daniel, okay, it's because you're breaking up.
So that's the prosecutor, Judge. My client's name is Castellano.
Mr. Guzman, you're gonna have to get a better line because I have no idea what you're saying.
It's going to be on page 9.
I'm in court, Judge, in person, and I have this.
Page 9 on the 406?
Yes, Your Honor. He's also on the 341st docket on page 5.
Did you get what his announcement's going to be?
Your Honor, this is ADA Garza. Garza, Mr. Guzman is talking about defendant Gilbert Castellanos. We've reached an agreement.
Okay, how much
How
time do you need to prepare the plea package? Mr. Garza?
I don't know if it's been prepared yet. Mr.
Well, that's
Guzman.
why I'm asking, how much time do you need? And I'll reset it.
Would maybe a week or so, if that's agreeable to Mr. Guzman.
Well, I have March 2nd and March 8th. For a
We'll go with
plea.
the second. I can contact his office. I believe he might be frozen right now, Judge.
Yeah, I think he is, all right.
Yeah.
Your Honor, this is Deputy Morales. Good morning, Your Honor. We
Mr.
have,
Guzman, March 2nd, reset for your guy. For
Judge,
Yes,
okay, I think I have better internet because I connected with my phone. It's supposed to be a dismissal, that's my understanding. It's supposed to be a dismissal in all three cases.
that's fine. So I'll give you March 2nd.
So can we just file the motions to dismiss?
Yeah, I mean, if you get it done before then, just bring it in to chambers or something and it'll be taken off the docket. But for now, I mean, for now, it's set for March 2nd at
Okay,
8:30 in the morning with Judge Palomo.
but that's correct, right, Mr. Garza? We were to dismiss the cases because of what we talked about after the information that we got after the last court.
This is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, we'll just get it done and then bring it into chambers or any other judge, I guess, can sign off on it.
Thank you, Judge. And I have one more case, Manuel Cantu, page 406.
Okay, is that, I think we're waiting for, there he is, the Rio Grande Center. Good morning, Mr. Cantu. Can you hear us okay?
Yes,
All right, you understand English, so we're here on a final pretrial on your case and your attorney's on the line, Mr. Guzman. What are we doing with this case, Mr.?
Yes, Your Honor. On this case, I'm gonna need a little bit more time, Judge. He's in federal custody right now, and I believe he already took a plea of guilty, if I'm not mistaken, at the federal level. So I need to get together with the prosecutor to give him that information and see what we can do to resolve these cases.
Okay, so how much time do you think you need for that?
At least 30 days, Judge.
So, okay, you'll be back here with me on March 22nd at 1 PM.
Okay,
All right. So in cause number 2022 CRM 51D4, that'll be reset for March 22nd, 1 PM. Mr. Cantu, did you get all of that?
yes, but I have a question on March 9th. On March 9th, I'm getting sentenced, so I don't know, I'm still gonna be here.
March 9th, he's getting sentenced.
Yeah,
Mr. Guzman, you want to set it for the 8th, the day before?
that's fine, Judge.
Because at least you'll have a range from the guidelines to see what, and that'll. So let's do that then. For Mr. Cantu, we'll set it for March 8th at 9:30.
Your Honor, maybe heard, if he's gonna be sentenced on March 9th, if maybe we could get a setting in April. Once we take a look at the judgment, we may not want to proceed, but I would hate to come back here and not have the judgment yet and not have all those things to have in consideration.
The problem is that he might be transported.
Yeah,
And at the very least, the PSI will give you all a good range of where he's gonna fall in. And Mr. Guzman knows, I'm sure knows how to, there'll be a range of about 10 to 7 months, one way or another, where he's gonna fall. So you'll have an idea based on the PSI. And the PSI should have already been filed, right, Mr. Guzman?
Yes, Judge, it should have been.
So, I mean, you're gonna have pretty close idea of where he's gonna end up based on the PSI. Because if we wait after the sentencing, that, and I don't know that they're moving that fast on the federal level, but they might. And then that'll be a hassle to bring them back. So let's go ahead and do it for the 8th.
Guzman,
Yes,
I already have a PSI.
yeah, that's what I said, that you should probably already have one.
What, do you know what your range is?
Is I'm looking at 24 to 30 months.
There you go.
You can probably copy that from his federal lawyer, Judge. and
Okay,
Send it over to Mr. Thompson if possible.
sure, and maybe that'll help resolve this matter. So we'll see you back here on the 8th at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. Maybe excuse.
Thank you, Mr. Guzman.
When I say-
All right, good luck, Mr. Cantu. All right, let's take Mr. The other Cantu, Abundando, are you here? Rene, Cantu, are you here? Your client's on. Is that you, Mr. Lopez? You're on mute. Tell him to unmute him, Mr. Lopez.
Yes, Your Honor, it's Alexander Lopez.
Okay. Mr. Lopez. We're waiting for your attorney to show up, so sit tight there while I take some more announcements. Any more announcements from the defense bar or the prosecution?
Your Honor, Guillermo del Barrio here. I've
me
got
the-
a quick announcement. The case is out of the 406, 2021 CRM 522, Daniel Vicente Hinojosa.
6, Your Honor.
Court calls 2021 CRM 522D4, the state of Texas versus Daniel Vicente Hinojosa, and the announcement, Mr. Del Barrio.
Your Honor, in this particular case, we've already got a bond for him. I spoke with the family. They were not going to bond him out. I believe Mr. Thompson had already given me a deal. So if we can get the next week, either the 2nd or the 8th, we should be able to resolve this case. I just need to visit him. The family had told me they were going to bond him out, but apparently he didn't. So that way I can take
Talking
care of
about
it.
a plea?
Yes, Your Honor. It'll be a done deal.
Okay, so March 2nd at 8:30,
Perfect. What court would that be? What judge?
Judge Palomo will be handling that.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Your Honor. That's all I have for today.
Thank you, Mr. Del Barrio. You're excused.
Thank you.
Let me know if Mr. Rene Cantu shows up. Any other announcements from the defense bar?
Oh, really?
Your Honor,
Yes.
Ms. Vargas here, the 49th docket. We have on page 1, Julio Cesar Veloz. Please excuse my voice. I'm getting over the cold.
You're fine.
Yes, I have him here, Your Honor, Veloz.
And what are we doing with this case?
Okay, so he was capious back in September, but he was capious because he had a pending matter in Jim Hogg County. So Jim Hogg picked him up. He dealt with his case in Jim Hogg, was given 2 years probation. But because his court date came and went here, he had a capious with us, so they transferred him back. I've spoken with the prosecution. They've agreed right now to give him a $10,000 cash bail surety bond on our case. He still has a no bond on a county court at law number 1, but we're working on trying to get an offer and getting this resolved ASAP.
Has the 10,000 cash bill surety, has that been signed off on already? Or
No,
is
Your
that-
Honor, we just agreed on it.
All right, hold on a second. And this is for the unauthorized use?
Yes, Judge.
All right. All right, well, let me know, when is that order gonna come in? Because it has to be reported on the Automon system.
Okay, we can get it in today. I mean, this
Well,
morning.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, because I know it's agreed to, there's really no such thing because I have to certify that to Austin that I'm approving. But no, and I will, and that's fine. But I'm just saying that there's an extra step involved that you all don't know about.
Okay,
Okay, I've got him down, so I'll just get the order submitted. And you want to make sure it comes to me somehow. Alma, if that agreed thing, because it has to be reported on Automon, can you make sure I get it first so I don't sign it until I set up his file?
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you.
thank you.
All right, anything else, Ms. Vargas? So don't bring out Mr. Veloz. That's 2022 CRP 410D1.
Judge, if I may, Anali, is he gonna be getting out so you can get a regular court
He
date?
has he's not, he has a no bond in County Court 1. We're trying to work
Oh.
out a deal ASAP with his cases. Hopefully we can. So he'll probably be in custody.
Do you want another setting?
Yes, Judge.
In how many days? How much time?
Let me see, I guess I'd like to hear from the state because he has to review certain things and then give me an offer.
What about March 22nd? That's about a month.
Maybe even earlier, I think.
No, because we have spring break in between there.
Oh, do we have one next week?
We
We
have
have
March
one
8th.
date.
Gonna come back and forth.
I'd rather March 8th for him. Let's see if we can do
All
something.
right, so let's reset this for a status of March 8th. And that'll be at 9:30 in the morning.
Have it here.
Has
Sorry,
Mr. Cantu shown up? No.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, anything else, Ms. Vargas?
That's all, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any other announcements while we wait for Mr. Cantu?
Your Honor, Mr. Cantu just texted me that he's in County Court 1, but he'll be online soon.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's
Thank you,
keep
Judge.
taking announcements then. Any announcements so we can? All right, let's start taking some of the folks at the jail and the jail green room. Who do we have?
Next, we have Jesus Edgar Fernandez, 49th.
The court calls 2003 CRD 720D1, State of Texas versus Jesus Edgar Hernandez. Good morning, Mr. Hernandez. You understand English?
Oh, yes, sir. My last name is Jesus Edgar Fernandez.
I'm sorry. Yes, I see that. Fernandez. I'm sorry, Mr. Fernandez. Yeah.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to everyone as well.
Fred, is
Your
this? Yes.
Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Fernandez, this is an interesting case because Mr. Fernandez had pled, I think back in 2006. Let me get the date exactly, but he had pled for probation. But before he could be sentenced on the 49th, he was arrested by the feds. And then he was subsequently sentenced to a federal prison and then also a state case out of Dallas. And in that whole time, a capias was issued, but they never brought him down. So he didn't get any credit for any of that. He was finally released. I guess there was no detainer placed on him. And I think, if I'm correct, Mr. Fernandez, you've been out for about a year?
No, I've been almost out for a year. So I did 13 years of my, was sentenced to 17 and a half years. I did 13 years in veteran state case for the same crime. I got sentenced for the same crime on the feds and state. Got a 15-year sentence on state. I got a 210, 17 and a half years sentence on the feds, which I got deported, came back legally. I reported to my federal and to my parole, state parole. I have finished. I had 5 years, 5 years federal probation. When I finished my parole, my judge case granted for me not to be on no more paper funds and federal probation, I have been out of paper and I've been doing real good. I have a good job and everything.
Okay, I know where this is headed, Mr. Trevino. So any objections to giving this guy a PR bond, Mr. Thompson?
And I've attempted to talk with Mr. Thompson about the case, but he's been real busy this past week, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I have no objection to, well, I mean, actually, Your Honor, I would like some type of bond just because of his history. He actually, according to my staff, he does have a bit of history, but, you know, Your Honor, just to pitch this idea out there, if he wanted to plea open and we could cap it at the minimum 2 years to serve, if he wanted to re-plea open to change his deal, we'd be happy to grant that to him, and we'd recommend recognizing any past credit that he's received. But he was sentenced, and we don't really want to allow him to back out of his plea.
He hasn't been sentenced yet, Your Honor, and he couldn't complete any kind of sentencing because they picked him up.
If he pled guilty
Yeah,
already,
I
which he
get
did.
that. And he had a probation offer from the state back in 2006, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, look, yeah, he may have a history, but it's probably more than 15 or 20 years old. So where are you working at, Mr. Fernandez?
Your Honor, I work for American Cementing. I have a great job. I do have a great job. It's really hard for us complex felons to have a good job, and I'm really pleased with this company. They have gave me a great opportunity. I do know and I understand that I have had a past history, but since I came out, I have always tried to be in my courts. I know I have committed crimes before. I've been doing real good, and I'm proud of myself. And if the court grants me a PR bar, you know, I'm willing to do everything what's right to get this settled. It's a 20-year case. I got arrested in January 22, 2006. That's why I couldn't come to court. But I have always come to court. If I haven't made it, I have always made arrangements. It's in my best interest to get this done with and come to an arrangement with the court. I don't need nothing on my past. I've been doing good, and I just want to have my clean record and be a good citizen as I've been doing.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I'm gonna see how this is playing out. So I'm gonna grant you a 10,000 PR bond, Mr. Fernandez, so you can get out. And we're gonna give you a setting on the regular docket right now. Alma, how much time do you need to get all this together, Mr. Trevino?
Well, Your Honor, I'm going to try and get some documents from the feds, and I'm not sure about TDC because he had 2 cases, so that Mr. Thompson could review them and understand how much time he's already served.
Or do you want a March date or you want an April date?
Probably April, because some of those records it's hard to get.
Okay, it'll be April the 14th at 9 a.m. Help you for a status hearing.
And I've gotten the contact information from him already, Your Honor. He's going to be staying with his sister.
Okay. All right, well, get that into me. Mr. Fernandez, I've got dockets all this morning and this afternoon. I'm going to try to get that signed today, but more than likely won't get signed till tonight. So you may be in there another day or two. You need to be patient, but it is going to get done, okay?
I understand, and I really appreciate you, Your Honor, and I appreciate all you guys' patience. I know this is an old case, and I really feel that I didn't serve 1 year. I served 13 years of my life. So I really.
Your Honor,
Yes.
do I do the dispo? Do we have to wait for the order, Your Honor?
Oh, if you can do the dispo, go ahead and do that. Yes. No, I need the order because I have to report this separately.
Okay, Your Honor, if I could go ahead and do the
Yeah, but
dispo.
go ahead and do the dispo so we can get them out, but at some point I need to get that order in my hands.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
All right.
Mr. Fernandez, you did get the date for the court.
Yes, it's
April the 14th,
April the 14th at what
9
time?
a.m. At 9 a.m.
9 a.m. sir. Thank
When
you.
you get out,
And-
call me, Mr. Fernandez.
Yes, sir, I will. First thing as I get out, I'll go to you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, good luck, Mr. Fernandez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate you.
Who do we have in the elevator room?
We have Espinosa Jose Lisa Jr. He's in the 49th docket. Espinosa Jose Lisa Jr. the 49th docket.
He's on page
Court-
2, Judge.
The court calls 2022 CRI 1287 D1, 2022 CRI 1288 D1, 2022 CRI 1289. State of Texas versus Jose Isaiah Espinosa Jr. Mr. Trevino, is this yours?
It's not, it belongs to our office, Your Honor. It's a capias and consultation hearing. So I guess he didn't appear for his consultation hearing back in the February 3rd of this year, Your Honor. It's for all three cases. And I'm not sure why he didn't show up. So right now it's a consultation capias and he has no bond on the state jail felonies or the misdemeanors.
Judge, if Jocelyn could check to see if he was served,
If what?
if he was served. This is
Judge, if
brand
I'm-
new.
Mr. Espinosa,
Yes, sir.
were you served with the indictment?
Yes.
And how come you didn't show up?
Es que estaba con mi grandma en el hospital, but she has cancer, y la tuvimos que llevar, pero I called that, ese day, I said called que hice el mes out, y luego me dijeron que hiciera, que fuera un Monday, pero ya me habían puesto en warrant.
Judge, if I may,
Yes.
Judge, the state, they had filed originally a motion to revoke bond because Mr. Espinosa did pick up several new cases involving the same charge. I believe it was three more cases. So two of them have been indicted and should land in this court. So at this point in time, we would object to any bond being placed at this time.
Yeah, and he's got 3 burglaries of a building just pending, and you say he's got 2 or 3 new ones?
Yes, Judge, and they've been recently indicted. I'm not sure what the cause number is. I believe they were indicted a week or two ago.
And Your Honor, they're set for March 24th for the new consultations, 2 other ones. So if we could just have a reset for all, I think it's 5 cases for March 24th.
All right,
And at
hold on.
that time, we'll be submitting I guess a motion for bond, to set bond
It's gonna
on
be
all
March-
5 cases.
It's gonna be March 22nd. But you said 24th.
I thought I had written down 24th, but it's the 22nd. Is that the custody docket, Your Honor?
Yeah,
No, Judge, but they're new cases, so it probably has the 24th. We put the regular court date.
Yeah, that's because he's out on bond on those new cases. He's
Yeah.
here because he was capias on the other ones.
so
We can
let's,
reset him to the 22nd though.
yeah, let's do it for the 22nd, and then we'll have a clear picture of his 5 cases, and that way we can assess appropriate bond at that time. So March 22nd at 1 PM, and that'll be with me, Mr. Trevino.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next, Your Honor, we have Luis Alonso Camacho, 49.
Page 3, Your Honor.
The court calls 2014 CRP 1426 D1, State of Texas versus Luis Alonso Camacho. Good morning, Mr. Camacho. So,
Is it yours, Fred?
Yes, Your Honor, we have an agreement with the state. This is a motion to adjudicate and we've submitted the paperwork for the plea on the motion to adjudicate, Your Honor. I've signed off on it, my client signed off, and the state has signed off on it. I'm not sure, I know it's e-filed, I'm not sure if the court has a copy.
No, I don't.
Your Honor, you want me to share the screen?
Please do. Is-
Can we get the names or no?
Does that say probated for 3 years?
Yes, Your Honor, probated for 3 years. So he'll be placed back on probation for 3 years. It's a new probation. He'll be adjudicated and found guilty. And the state will not proceed on booking number 2022-04800 under Texas Penal Code 1245.
Okay. Mr. Camacho, is that your understanding of the agreement you have regarding your case?
Yes.
All right. So, Mr. Camacho, based on the state motions to revoke your probation, it'll be granted, and the court will proceed to find you guilty of the offense of a felony 3 engaged in criminal organized activity. And the court is also going to approve the sentence, which is that you're going to serve 2 years in TDC, but it will be probated for 3 years. The court is also taking into account and approving the indication from the state that they will not prosecute you on the case from last year, booking number 2022-09800.
I think it's 04800.
04800. And the court is taking this into account and assessing your 2 years and 3 years probation. All right, anything further on this?
No, Your Honor, he should, once the paperwork goes through, he should be released today or tomorrow.
That's
Yes.
correct. Did you get all that, Mr. Camacho?
Thank you very much.
And he needs to, I guess he needs to report to probation when he gets released.
Your Honor, if I may, Carlos Castillo from the probation department. For Mr. Camacho's probated term, are there any special conditions going to be imposed?
I didn't see any, but are there?
I believe it's just a standard.
Standard.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Mr. Camacho, when you're released, you need to report, okay?
Yes, sir, I will. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Then on the 49th docket, we have the next one will be Villalobos Leonardo on the 49th docket.
The court calls 2022 CRL 931D1, the state of Texas versus Leonardo Villalobos. Good morning, Mr. Villalobos. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
All right. Good morning, sir.
Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Villalobos, I believe we're here for a capious hearing along with the consultation. It appears that he didn't show up to court on September 30th of last year for his consultation.
And Your Honor, the writ of indictment was returned unexecuted.
Did you move or something, Mr. Villalobos?
Yes, sir. We lost our house. I lost my father from COVID 2020. So we lost our house. And I don't know, I never got into anyone. I was here. I was here for 4 months waiting, and then I heard nothing back. Everything was so complicated at that time.
What, how did you get picked up? Were you traffic stop or something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then that's when I was notified about this. I thought it was gonna be dismissed because I believe, I could win this case. There's no evidence, strong evidence against me.
Are you working?
No, sir, I'm trying to get my disability right now. I'm on food stamps. I'm on my second heart pacemaker. So I'm trying to, I'm just, family and health right now, concentrating on family and health.
You have a pacemaker?
Yes, sir, I'm on my second pacemaker. My cardiologist is Ricardo Cigarroa. And I should be getting the third one soon. I'm gonna be 40 years old in May, and I have no weapon charges, no deaths, no burglaries, and this is my first drug charge that's not even mine. So, yeah, try to hang in here, man. Keep your good spirits, but it's hard.
I don't know if the state would be opposed to a reasonable bond on this case, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we just want to point out the amount of time that he absconded. Perhaps he has a reason for it, but it should be noted.
I know. But he's been in there about a month. What does he have next, Alma? He's gonna have a, is it a evidence exchange?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Leonardo, I'm gonna give you a chance to get out. I'm gonna give you a $20,000 PR bond. I'm gonna give you a regular court date. We're gonna give you a regular court date here in a sec so you can get moving on this case you have pending. Alma, can you give him a regular court date sometime, I guess?
I have March 24th or April 14th.
March 24th should be fine.
Okay, March the 24th at 9 a.m. for evidence exchange.
And I'll just need a number for Mr. Villalobos, a phone number I can get in touch with him.
Yes, absolutely, sir. 956-704-8685.
Say that again.
956-704-8685. Let me give you a house number, 956-796-0602.
796, what was the last four?
0602.
0602.
Okay, Alma, is that everything for the 49th?
Yes, Judge, but I'm in here for Raquel.
Oh, okay, so will anyone else associated with the 49th? I think we're done with that docket. You all are excused.
Your Honor, may I?
Yes.
Your Honor, for page one for Julio Cesar Veloz, there was an agreement for 10,000 cash bill surety. Do I do the dispo as well for this one, or are you gonna wait for the order?
No, go ahead and do the dispo, but I do need the order because of the reporting stuff that I have to do afterwards.
Thank you, Your Honor, yes.
All right.
And Your Honor, I'll be remaining because I believe there's a writ sometime later.
In another court though, right? Because I don't have.
Yes,
any
Your Honor.
for the 49th.
Yes, it's a 341st, Judge.
All right, has Mr. Cantu shown up yet? No?
I let him in here to the office. I don't know where he went. He was ringing our doorbell. Yeah, he was ringing our doorbell. But I don't know where he
Have
went.
him, if he comes back, just have him come into chambers so we can take care of his client who's there. at the
Judge,
hearing.
Judge, if I may,
Yes,
is it Mr. Renacantu? He's out here in the hallway.
tell him to come in.
Okay, let me let him know.
I'm gonna come to chambers.
In what court is his case, Judge?
It's the 406 case on
Oh,
page
okay, okay.
2 and 3.
I'm here, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Cantu. Why don't you grab a seat right there, and that way your client can see you.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me call the cases and then we'll see what we're doing with this. The court is going to call 2021 CRG 658D4, 2021 CRG 419D4, 2021 CRG 659D4, and 2022 CRD 617D4. And this is the state of Texas versus Alexander Brandon Lopez. Good morning again, Mr. Lopez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, so we're here on status for all 4 cases. Mr. Cantu, what's going on with Mr. Lopez?
Yes, Your Honor, so this is where we're at. I have been representing Mr. Lopez for quite some time, but I've kind of lost some contact with him because I know right now he's in the federal system. And I had filed some motions to withdraw because I didn't know what was going on with that case, how long that case was going to be going on. Apparently, Judge, I've looked into the matter. I'm actually willing to hold off on my motions to withdraw.
Are you retained or?
I was appointed, Judge. I know that Mr. Lopez retained counsel in that case. There's a pending motion to dismiss on that case, Judge. But because
the federal case?
The federal case. Yeah, there's a pending motion to dismiss on the federal case, Judge, based on a constitutional issue and some case law that I guess is now affecting that case. Whether or not the judge is going to approve that case is yet to be seen. But I had filed some motions to withdraw because I just lost contact with him. But I know right now he's in the federal system. So I'm willing to just withhold my motions if Mr. Lopez still wants me to continue representing him, even though he hired counsel in that case. I'm willing to hold off on my motions, Judge, and see if we can resolve these charges. But there is a pending motion to dismiss in that case, and it's unknown what's going to happen there. So I guess what I'm trying to tell the court is if we can maybe pass this case, see what's going to happen with that case, see what the DA, what the new offer is going to be on this case. Maybe we can resolve it sometime in the next 60 days or 90 days.
Mr. Lopez, do you have any idea what's happening in your federal case?
Have court March 6th, but like Mr. Cantu said, I'm pending a dismissal on the case. I'm not sure what's going on.
All right, let's do this. Let's reset it for April 4th, and that way, because the judge may not rule immediately in the federal case, and that way we'll know.
Yes, sir. What time on the 4th?
I'm sorry, 8:30 in the morning, and that'll be with Judge Palomo, April 4th, 8:30 in the morning.
Yes, sir. Your Honor, just for the court's record, Judge, I've looked into the federal case, Judge. As of right now, no, there is no decision yet, but the government is opposing that dismissal. Just waiting on the decision by the district judge.
All right, well, that'll give us time.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, so you'll be back with us or Judge Palomo on the 4th of April at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
And
All
Your
right,
Honor,
good
if
luck.
I may,
Yes,
Karina Rios for the state, Mr. Cantu, if you could just give me a call so we can discuss this case and see, and if you could keep me informed of what happens in the federal case. And just to let you know, the offer is not going to change. This is a time to serve offer.
Yes, no, I understand.
Thank you.
okay, all right. So, all right, anything further from Mr. Lopez?
Your Honor.
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right, well, good luck, Mr. Lopez. We'll see you back here next month,
Yes, sir.
2 months.
Next, Your Honor, have Luis Fuentes, 341st.
It's on the add-on, Your Honor.
The court calls 2022 CRM 13-5D3, the state of Texas versus Luis Fuentes.
Yes, sir, Your
Ju-
Honor.
Judge, if I may, I was informed it's not a KPS hearing, it's a status hearing.
Is Mr. Martinez here? Says Silverio Martinez is the defense attorney.
No, it's Gecko, Judge.
Oh,
Judge, if I may,
yes.
Mr. Gecko Martinez, he's out here in the hallway.
Waiting for Judge.
Can you have him sit there, Mr. Cantu?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Cantu.
I'll bring Mr. Martinez.
Yeah, hang around so you can help me get him out when we're done.
Your Honor, we also have another one here as well, Your Honor, from 341st. John Henry.
Mr. Fuentes, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Have a seat right there. Your client can see you right there.
I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm gonna call like.
That's all right. Let's take care of this.
Here in the morning, they called me early.
So I've been informed we're here on a status case on this state jail felony.
Yes. The status of this case is that Mr. Fuentes was offered probation before I came in to represent him. And he failed to appear in court. Apparently, from what I understand, he was working in Houston, Texas. And he came in this past weekend, he came in. And I don't know what happened there, how he got arrested. But we're gonna bring him to court.
Judge, I cannot hear Mr. Martinez very well.
Yeah, or swing around or speak louder, Mr. Martinez. Well, look, Miss Alma, you said this is not a KPS hearing. We're just here on the status.
Yes, that's what I was advised by Raquel, that is a status hearing.
Can anyone, can you check Jocelyn to see if he has a KPS pending?
Yes, Your Honor.
How were you arrested, Mr. Fuentes?
I was going home and I got pulled over.
No, he probably does have a KPS.
And he
Oh,
was
that-
back on January 17, Your Honor.
Crystal, is this your case? Is that true that there was an offer of probation on this case?
This would be Healy, Your Honor, for the state. We do have an offer around. Not to go into specifics, but it is something pertaining to that, Your Honor. I'm not sure if defense counsel wants to reach out to me so we can work this out and maybe see.
Can you let me know whether it's a time to serve or a probation?
It's not time to serve, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you live here in town, Mr. Fuentes?
Yes, sir, I do, but I was working for Warrior Way for Luis Tinajero. Then I advised my lawyer that I got a better paying job with SMB. It's an infrastructure company. It's a construction company. I'm doing surveying, and we work a lot in the valley. And right now we were working in the Pasadena Convention Center. And they called me to advise me that I had court, but I was out of town when they did that. And I called that morning, and they just told me that I needed to do the Zoom, but I was my phone network wasn't that good on doing that, sir.
All right, hold on a second. So how long have you represented him, Mr. Martinez?
About 30 days prior, it was the second time we were to appear in court, Judge. The first time I came and substituted for the public defender's office.
Okay, so you're still his attorney right now then?
Mr. Vigil, in my address, Mr. Vigil, would you oppose a bond, Mr. Vigil?
I know where this is headed. I'm gonna give him a bond.
That's fine, Your Honor. I'm not opposing a bond.
Yeah, and we're gonna let him get out and, but let's give him it sounds like there's some other stuff at play, but how much time do you think you need to get the paperwork ready? Because at least sounds like there's gonna be a plea,
About 2 weeks, Your Honor, that's basically what we need.
about 2 weeks. All right, Mr. Fuentes, hold on, what doc, this is the 341st.
I have dates, Judge, if you want me to.
Now, hold on, let me, it's because I gotta. Fuentes. Head on.
Mr. Fuentes, will you call me as soon as we make arrangements to get you out, bond you out?
I'm gonna give him a PR bond, Mr.
Yes, sir,
Martinez.
thank you.
Mr. Fuentes, I'm gonna let you out on a $10,000 PR bond. And you're gonna be back in court when?
There's March 28th at 8:30.
March 28th at
At
8:30.
March what?
28th
Okay.
at 8:30 is your reset.
Your Honor,
And you need to make arrangements at work because you cannot miss court again.
okay, well, I hope I still have my job or SMBs or so I can just pay what I have to, and it's a better paying job. I'm making $8 more than that as a security guard, so I just want to thank you, sir.
Well, I know, but you know, the thing is that you got to be a little bit more responsible with your actions. I mean, you're in this mess. And I'm giving you an opportunity to get your life back together again. But you cannot be drinking and driving, especially now when it looks like you're getting back on track. But you need to understand that you put yourself in this situation. I'm giving you an opportunity to get out and get this all arranged, but I suspect you're going to be on probation for a while.
Yes, sir.
So you need to be more mindful of where you are in life. But you'll be out maybe today. Go ahead and do the disposition for Mr. Fuentes.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's going to be a 10,000 PR bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and then you'll be back on court on March 28th at 8:30. And you will have to appear in person, I think, so we don't have any more mess ups.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right, then, if there's nothing further, your excuse. Thank you, Mr. Martinez. All right.
Luis, call me, Luis.
The next one we have is Romero John Henry on the 241st docket. He's on page 2 and 3, Your Honor.
I didn't catch that.
Romero, page 2 and 3, Your Honor.
Say again?
John Henry Romero on page 2.
2 and 3, Your Honor.
I know, which court?
341st.
No. Court calls 2022 CRD 127D3 and 2022 CRI 1320D3, the state of Texas versus John Henry Romero. Good morning, Mr. Romero. Can you hear me okay?
Good morning.
What do we got here? Mr. Nolan, are you present?
Good morning, Your Honor, President. Yes, Your Honor, I represent Mr. John Henry Romero on the first case. I believe it's second page, Your Honor.
Yes, okay, let's take care of that one first. So we're here on a final pretrial for that case. What's going on with this?
That is correct, Judge. I'm trying to orchestrate a package deal. I'm not appointed officially to the other cases, Your Honor. Only on this case, I spoke with Ms. Oyos. She's made a time to serve offer. However, I need to touch base with other prosecutors who are handling those other cases, one of which is before this court today, set for an arraignment. And so what I would like to do is obviously in the interest of judicial economy and for the interest of my client, is reach some kind of package deal and speaking with the other prosecutors and try to get something negotiated and agreed to, so that we may obviously enter a plea and resolve all the matters before the court and all matters pertaining to my client.
How much time do you think you need for that?
Judge, probably 30 days, Your Honor. And then secondly, there's another issue. My client is currently in custody out of a capias of this case, out of this court for this case. And he's been in custody for around 82, 84 days, Your Honor. So we're asking for a reasonable bond at this time.
Well, okay, look, before we get on that,
Yes, sir.
the capias is not on the case that you represent him on, which is the 12-7 D3. You're
Yeah,
saying
he said he's there for no bond, Your Honor. I mean, he has no bond on this case, Your Honor.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so the indication that, did they do a bond left because he got arrested on something else or what?
Failure to appear, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may, just to add, I believe the defendant picked up 7 new charges, Your Honor. So that's what he's currently in custody for as well, Your Honor.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to sort that out.
And on the booking dates, the charges include aggravated assault, caused serious bodily injury, 2 counts of assault of a public servant, evading arrest, detention, resisting arrest, burglary of a building, attempt to take a weapon from an officer. And those are the charges. So we're going to be objecting to any type of bond
Yeah,
reduction.
look, and I'm not, yeah, Mr. Nolan, without having all the other cases out really in front of me at this point, I think it would be irresponsible for me to set bond on that. What I will do is I'll set you back here with me on the 22nd of March,
Yes, Your Honor.
and that'll give you time to kind of bring everything together for,
Yes, sir.
for Mr. Romero. And again, I'll always take setting bond into account,
Yes, sir.
but he's got a lot of other serious stuff that without knowing what the status is on those officially, I'm not gonna let him out.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, again, I'm not saying that I won't let him out on the 22nd, but I'll have a better idea of what I can do on the 22nd.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do that. We'll reset this case for March 22nd, and we're gonna do the same for the other one, but we do have to do the arraignment on the second one. So March 22nd at 1 p.m. for both cases, but who's here for the public defender's office for Mr. Romero on the second case?
It would be Marina Brizuela, Your Honor, with the Public Defender's Office.
Good morning, Ms. Brizuela. So,
Good morning, Judge.
Mr. Romero, you're here on a second case, and it's the first appearance on that case after you were indicted. I'm going to ask your attorney if she has an announcement for you regarding the charges on that case. Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, my client pleads not guilty, waits for reading of the indictment, and we ask for pre-trial settings.
All right, so we're going to do your, what is the 341st do, Alma, on first setting?
She just gave me dates, but I don't know
What is the order that they use? Everyone.
I believe it's informal, Your Honor,
Informals?
but
So
I'm not sure, Judge, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's informals.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm seeing their calendar. It's arraignment, informal, and then pre-trial hearing.
let's set informal for March 22nd at 1 p.m.
And I'll be in contact with Miss Brizuela as well, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, and then you try to gather everything else he has pending, and then we can make a decision on setting bonds on all the cases.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, anything further from Mr. Romero?
Your Honor, I just would like to say, Your Honor, like, I know that I got locked up for some other charges. It was only one incident, but nobody came out injured. You know what I'm saying, Your Honor?
Sure,
I mean, it
Romero,
was just
don't talk about the case.
Yeah, Mr. Romero.
I just want to say if I can get a bond, Your Honor.
No, I mean,
Please ask me, that's all
normally
I'm asking for.
yeah, I know, and I always take that into account, but you have some, whatever happened subsequent is pretty serious, and I don't have it in front of me. officially, so I would want to have that before I make a decision on giving you a bond, and I will do that on the 22nd of March, but not right now. Okay, sorry about that, Mr. Romero, but that's my decision. All right, good luck, sir. We'll see you next month.
Thank you, Honor. That's all I have. May I be excused?
Thank you, Mr. Nolan. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Alexander Julio Garza, 341st.
The court calls 2018 CRH 419D3, the state of Texas versus Julio Cesar Garza. Ms. Brizuela?
Yes, Your Honor, and I represent Mr. Garza. Your Honor, we have reached an agreement in this case, and the agreement is for my client to do a 2-week sanction. We were just waiting for him to turn himself in the last time we were in court, but unfortunately, he was capious. We're still proceeding with the same agreement, and then we will amend the motion, the condition of probation to include 0 tolerance, Your Honor.
0 tolerance. All right, so
I don't know.
and the KPS was in this case or another case?
It was this case, Your Honor. He hasn't picked up any new charges or anything.
When you say a 2-week sanction, 2-week sanctions in the county jail?
That's correct.
How long has he been in there?
He has been there for 30 days, Your Honor. So we haven't agreed to credit with the state, but we would ask the court at this time if the court would grant him credit towards the sanction that for the time that he already did in jail.
Okay. Are you getting all this, Mr. Garza?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the state is going to withdraw its motion to revoke its probation, and that'll be approved, but there will be a modification to your terms of probation. You're going to be on 0 tolerance, which means you have to comply with everything. You can't mess up. Reporting, if you have random UAs, everything. And that would include a 2-week sanction in the county jail, which the court will approve, but I am going to give you credit for your time served, so you should have completed that already. And I'm going to retract the KPS, or do I need to set a new bond? I think, can I just retract the KPS and he'll be out?
Your Honor, the KPS has already been executed.
Oh, okay.
So, yes. I'll send the dispo.
Well, and then do I need to set a new bond on him? No, because he's on probation. I'm placing him back on probation. Yeah, he doesn't need a bond. All right, do I need to do anything else on this, Ms. Brizuela?
Nothing further from the defense, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Garza, you should be released shortly, okay? The disposition should be on its way today, but be patient if it's not till tomorrow. All right.
Thank
good
you.
luck.
Your Honor, and that's all we have from the public defenders for the 331st. May we be excused?
Yes, ma'am, you may. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Next one will be on the 341st docket, it will be Chapa Jesus. Chapa Jesus, that's page 2.
The court calls 2022 CRD 4463, the state of Texas versus Jesus Andres Chapa.
Good morning, Your Honor. Victor Villafranca. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Chapa. We had previously filed a competency exam and it had already come back. I think the docket says today it was set for status on that. He did come back competent, Judge, so we were just going to ask the court for another final pretrial in this case. I did have one issue. I'd been trying to contact Mr. Rios. But you can just have a chance to look at my emails, Ms. Rios, and we can talk about this. Hopefully before the next final pretrial, Judge, we should have a disposition of this case.
Well, we have the 2nd of March or the 8th of March. Which do you prefer?
2nd of March is earlier, Judge. Hopefully we can get something done by next week.
Okay, did you get all that, Mr. Chapa?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, so March 6th at 8:30 in the morning with Judge Palomo. You want me to put it for a plea or a final pretrial?
I'd like final pretrial judges so I can have a chance to discuss this with the state.
Okay, so March 2nd at 8:30, final pretrial.
Thank you, Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Villafranca. Thank you, Mr. Chapa. We'll see you back here soon.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Judge,
Yes,
could I just have 5 minutes? I promise it won't be more than 5 minutes.
no, let's do 10. I've got some jail stuff I have to do, so we'll be back here at 10:45. Marcos, are you still there?
You, Judge.
10 minutes.
Judge. Yes, Judge. Good morning.
I gotta go into the Odyssey, so if I just be al pendiente in case somehow I get bumped off or something.
Yes, sir. I'll let you back in. Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Good morning, pretrial services.
Hey, Chewy.
Hi, George.
How you doing?
Is I just
¿Quién es? Your Honor. Your Honor, if I may, may I ask a question, in reference to one of the cases that was heard, prior for the 49th? So, Mr. Camacho, he was adjudicated from the first, but I didn't get if they disclosed the date, a start date for the adjudication. He's on mute. Yeah, it's on mute. No, it's Your Honor's on mute.
He is, what was he doing?
Wait, I'm sorry, Mr. Castellano. Who were you talking about?
My apologies, Your Honor. So in reference to Mr. Luis Camacho, page 3 on the 49th docket. So I understand that he was adjudicated from the first. However, I didn't get if they mentioned a start date, or if I should just consider the start date as of today.
Hold on.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. What did I do with this one, Camacho?
Yeah, Your Honor. So he was given a 2 for 3 probated sentence, and he was adjudicated from the first. So he was basically placed back on probation. But I'm being asked, the adjudication, does it start from a specific date, or should I just count it starting from today?
Well, yeah, from today, but that's still, I gave him credit for time served.
Okay.
Because he's been in 30 days. The sanction was for 14 days.
Your Honor, I apologize. That's another defendant, Your Honor, the one you gave credit to. For this one, he was adjudicated and he's gonna do 3 years probation. 2 years TDCJ, probated 3 years.
Oh, okay. He was the one at the real, no.
No, Your Honor, he was here. Do you want to see the plea packet?
Yeah, I'm just not recalling it right now.
Yeah, let me go.
Is that Camacho, Your Honor?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 years probated for 3, it's TDC,
Oh, yeah,
it's a felony
yeah.
3.
Yeah, the question earlier was whether or not there were any special conditions, and the answer was no.
No, it's just standard, whatever the standard probation is required.
Yeah, there we go.
And
With today's date, the question is with adjudicated today's date.
Okay. Start from today. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, it looks like Ms. Hill is back and I'm ready to go. So everyone ready?
Yes, Your Honor, we have Benavides Ismael on the 341st docket. Please add on, Your Honor.
The court calls 2016 CRD 233D3, the state of Texas versus Ismael Benavides Garcia.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Benavides.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Garcia. So,
Your Honor, I believe today with Mr. Benavides, we have an MTR initial. And at this time, we're going to plead not true and request a setting date. The other problem, I believe, Mr. Benavides may have some additional charges. I don't think they're set for today, but I would respectfully like to ask the court for this particular MTR, if we could have some type of bond amount, Judge.
is the state going to amend its motion to revoke?
Good morning, Your Honor. Susie Hill on behalf of the state. Can you repeat that again, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
Mr. Garcia indicated that we're here on arraignment on his motion to revoke, but that he's picked up some additional charges. And so my question was, is the state going to amend?
Yeah, Your Honor, if it's timely, I will be amending the MTR, Your Honor, to allege those new offenses. As far as a request for defense for a bond, I will object, Your Honor. He's picked up some new offenses. This is a very old case. It's a felony 3 for which he was on probation on. Yet he still picked up new offenses while on felony probation. So I'm going to oppose a bond. We can resolve this with the hearing, or with an agreement, but I will oppose a bond.
I guess, Judge, all I'm asking for at this time is something that's reasonable. Obviously, he's picked up. I don't know exactly how long he's been in custody, Judge, waiting. Mr. Benavides, how long have you been in custody, sir, since they've arrested you?
Like 15 days right now.
15 days?
Yeah, 15 days.
Your Honor, all I'm asking for is something that's reasonable. I think it warrants at least a reasonable bond.
Your-
If I'm sorry, go ahead.
He's also in custody for 2 cases at the County Court of Law, number 2, with no bond.
With no bond?
Yes.
I'm guessing
And
they're
that's-
capuses.
And again, with those cases, Judge, I don't, I'm not either hired or appointed on those cases, and I understand there's no bond, but all I'm asking for on this particular case is that he receive a bond, knowing that he's not gonna get out because he has no bond on 2 other cases. That's fine. But
I mean, do you know how many other cases?
I personally don't know, Judge.
If you've been in jail 15 days, then I magistrated you 15 days ago, Mr. Benavides?
Yeah.
What was it? What did I magistrate you for?
What?
What were your charges?
No entiendo.
Charges.
Es because estaba bien en probation y todo, estaba saliendo clean, and I was paying everything, lo que pasó que me mandaron a
But Judge, I'm sorry, but there's an echo.
I believe Judge Gusami earlier, Your Honor, was saying that he missed the court last time. He was supposed to report to school and he didn't show up that day for court.
Pero no tuviste cargos nuevos?
No,
Haven't any charges.
no he tenido cargos nuevos. Esos cargos ya son.
No, Your Honor.
No, I
believe
haven't
they were
had
capuses.
any new charges. These charges are.
No, Your Honor, I believe they were capuses. He's picked up offenses since this one happened, but they're capuses for not going to court in those county courts. So if he's not going to court in the county court, how can we be sure he's gonna go to court in this matter, Your Honor? Again, I'm gonna oppose a bond. I'm not, the state's not amenable to agree to a bond right now, Your Honor. We can expedite this and work this out.
Yeah, let's get a quick turnaround on this one, Mr. Garcia.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's a 3rd-degree drug charge. It's not earth-shattering, but yeah, and look, he's not getting out regardless of what I do. So let's just get a quick turnaround, get this case resolved, and in the meantime, maybe those other capuses.
Criminal trial.
And that way, if those capias get resolved, then I know what I'm working with.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna deny the request for a bond at this time on this case. But what's today, the 21st? Do you think you can be ready to go by March 8th?
Your Honor, as far as the state, what I can do is I can go ahead and review the case today, call or text Mr. Garcia and probably see if we can work something out where we can resolve the case before or by March 8th. Yes.
Okay.
And just to let you know, Judge, March 8th, I have a mediation with you in the afternoon. So I think I have a contested matter in number 1. I'm not sure exactly how far that's going to go, but I'm more than open to talk to Mr. Peel about at least submitting a bond on this particular case, knowing, Judge, that he has no bond on his case.
We can do that too, Your Honor. Once we talk about the case, then maybe we got some groundwork, then maybe I can consider that.
Yeah. All right, hold on a second. Señor Benavides, su abogado me estaba pidiendo una fianza, pero se lo estoy negando porque aunque te dé una fianza en esta causa, tienes 2 órdenes de arresto pendiente en la corte número 2. Así es que no vas a salir hasta que se resuelvan esos casos. Lo que sí voy a hacer es darte una cita rápida. El pensamiento es que se puede resolver esta causa en el día 8 de marzo, más temprano. Pero en esa fecha, si se resuelvan, las órdenes que tienes pendiente en la corte número 2, en ese momento, entonces, voy a considerar ponerte, si no se resuelve a esta causa, darte una fianza para que salgas, pero pase lo que pase, si te hubiera dado una fianza hoy, no vas a salir hasta que se resuelven las causas con el juez Víctor Villarreal. Pero ya para el día 8 ya debe de haber resolución y en ese momento se puede resolver esta y si no, tomo en cuenta a ver si hay una fianza que te puedo dar para que salgas en ese momento. ¿Ok?
Está bien, sí.
Ok.
Gracias.
Ok, señor Benavides.
Thank you.
Buena suerte.
That's at 9 o'clock. Is that correct, Judge?
At 9:30.
9:30. Yes, sir.
What, Your Honor? I apologize.
The case is going to be for final hearing on March 8th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, and that'll be for an MTR final hearing?
Final hearing, yes.
Okay.
Next, Your Honor, Benino Ayala Juarez.
Your Honor, can I make a quick announcement?
Wait, hold on. Who's that?
Benino Ayala Juarez, 341st.
Page 3, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may, he's also on the 406 docket, page 6.
All right, hold on a sec. 406. On what page? 6?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court is going to call 2020 CRD 567D4 and 2022 CRI 681D3, the state of Texas versus Benigno Juarez Ayala.
Morning, Your Honor, Victor Villafranca, here on behalf of Benigno Ayala Juarez. We were given an offer a few weeks ago by the state. My client at this time is rejecting that offer, Judge, but we sent a counter offer. We're still trying to work this case out, Judge. I'm just asking for one more final pretrial for both these cases.
The offer for both cases or just one?
Well, I'm working on them individually, Judge, because I'm hoping to get one of them dismissed, which is a good possibility, Judge, but we're still working on them together, I guess.
So how much time are we looking at?
30 days, Judge. I believe my client has something to say.
All right. Well, let's see what he has to say. Mr. Juarez?
Oye, sir, mi nombre es Benigno Ayala. Oye, yo quería pedirle que con todo respeto, ya tengo un año aquí encerrado, ¿me entiendes? Y mi abogado no ha pasado nada ni nada. Yo quisiera, si me pudiera ayudar, me hiciera ese favor de cambiarme de abogado, porque no me siento bien con él y no está haciendo, ¿me entiendes? No es, yo lo que quisiera es que me pudiera ayudar, me hiciera ese favor. Ya tengo un año aquí, por nada, ¿me entiendes? Yo quería que
me acaba de denunciar su abogado que hay la posibilidad que uno de los casos se va a desaparecer.
Sí, ese cargo ya tiene con él como 3-4 meses y no ha hecho nada, ¿me entiendes?
He already has like 3-4 months with that charge and he hasn't done anything. You get me?
Sí, yo lo que yo quiero es mejor, no me siento bien ya ahí, como que yo ya no estamos bien. Yo quisiera que me ayudara, que me diera otro abogado, por favor.
I would work for another attorney to help me out, please, because I don't feel right.
Your Honor, I've seen him on multiple occasions. I go see him before every court date. It's almost an uncooperative judge. He doesn't like listening to my reasoning, and it is difficult. So if the court were inclined to grant his request, I have no objection, Judge.
Look, let's do this. Vamos a hacer estos. I'm going to set it for a status hearing on March 2nd with a pending motion to substitute.
Le vamos a reagendar el caso para una audiencia de estado el 2 de marzo a las 8:30 de la mañana. se va a quedar pendiente una moción para retirarse como abogado.
Ay, por favor, porque pues sí, me entiende, no me siento bien yo ya con él ni nada.
Please, please, because I don't feel good with him anymore.
Okay, Mr. Ayala, but I am gonna ask you to do one thing.
Señora Ayala, le voy a pedir que haga una cosa.
Sí.
Talk to
Yes.
Mr. Villafranca one more time.
Hable con el señor Villafranca una vez más.
See what he has to tell you about the status of your cases.
Para que usted vea qué es lo que tiene pendiente con esos casos.
And if you still want another attorney on March 2nd, then we'll get you a new one on the 2nd of March. And that's in about 10 days.
Y si todo abogado nuevo para ese entonces, para el 2 de marzo, entonces le asignaré un abogado nuevo, que es en 10 días.
No, no hay por favor, se los pido.
Your Honor, if I may, just let Mr. Ayala Juarez know that our request or our counter to the district attorneys, they just sent me that they agreed to the 2 years, Judge. So I'll go back and see him and maybe we can work this out.
2 years to serve or probation?
2 years to serve, Judge. That was our proposal. That was what he wanted me to go back with, and I just got notice that they're in agreement to that. So I'll go back and talk to them, Judge.
Okay.
Señora Ayala, quiero que sepa que el fiscal me acaba de notificar que ellos están de acuerdo con la oferta que hicimos, la contraoferta, y aceptaron los 2 años para servir. So, entonces voy a ir a hablar con usted.
Ok, pero está bueno. Pues yo hablo con él a ver qué pasa. Si no, al día 10, pues arreglamos lo que tenemos que hacer.
I'll talk to him to see what happens. If not, then we'll fix whatever needs to be fixed on the 2nd.
Okay, perfect. Entonces vamos a hacer eso, señor Ayala.
Yo Mr. Ayala.
Hablar con él honestamente una vez más.
Gracias.
Your Honor, here for the state for this case?
Say again?
Who's here for the state for this case?
Claudia Garcia, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll be back here on the status, possibly motion to sub on the 2nd of March. All right, good luck, Mr. Villafranca.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, from the 406 docket, we have Garcia Jose David Jr., Garcia Jose David Jr. on the 406.
I was gonna call 2020 CRH 1263D4, the state of Texas versus Jose David Garcia Jr.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Garcia.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Villafranca, this is yours as well.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, this is Mr. Jose David Garcia Jr.?
Yes.
Sorry, Judge. Your Honor, I did go speak to my client last week. I guess one of the big issues my client has and wanted me to bring up to the court is that he did some federal time and is requesting that that federal time be included in his credit, Judge. I understand it's not likely, and I've already spoken to that it's not likely, but I made a counteroffer to the state, and I'm still waiting for that response, Judge. I'd like another final pretrial to see if I can get that response and we can maybe close this case out.
So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you just need to talk to the DA whether they're willing to take that into account in the offer
Yes, Judge.
we're making. When did he get out of federal?
Just recently, I believe.
I mean, I did 32 months in total, Your Honor. I went to federal prison on September 19, 2019, and I got out on May 20, 2022. And I'm coming from the jail right now, Your Honor. I just finished doing 4 months over there, and I've been locked up for the past 2.5 months, Your Honor.
$32 What did you have a smuggling charge or what?
I did 32 months.
For smuggling?
No, for a firearm, Your Honor. But it's like I explained to my attorney that I had already fixed since day one, that I had already fixed so they could give me a bond lift and my time would start running from this charge, Your Honor.
let's do this. Yeah, I mean, this is a first-degree felony charge, though, Mr. Garcia, that you're facing here. But what I will do this, Mr. Villafranca, we'll set this on my docket on March 22nd at 1 p.m. for a status. And at that time, depending on what's going on, I'll take any information regarding setting bond, because that's what he's going to ask me right now, to set bond, to see whether that's feasible.
Your Honor, I was gonna ask you, because they put me in the CAPIS, but I did, my lawyer could verify that I did go to court, but I had technical problems with my Wi-Fi and I got disconnected, so I couldn't connect back, but I did show up for court. My lawyer could verify that, Your Honor. I was wondering if I could continue with my pretrial services and I could come out.
I don't show that there's a KPS on this, is there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was the failure to appear on August 8, 2022, Your Honor. Defendant not present.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
Good morning, Judge Battery with pretrial. Just for the court's information, Your Honor, Mr. Garcia was bonded out on May the 19th of 22. He stopped reporting to this officer on July 13th of 2022. He failed to come in July 20th of 2022. We did lose all communication with him, Judge. I did advise him that he had court on August the 8th. However, he failed to appear.
Your Honor. But it's like I said, Your Honor, I did show up, but I had problems with my phone. But my lawyer could verify that I did show up for court, Your Honor. And the reason that I stopped going to the pretrial is because my mom stayed without a car. But right now that I have possibilities to be going back to my pretrial services, Your Honor, I'm just asking for one opportunity and a second chance, Your Honor.
Where are you on the negotiations on this, Mr. Villafranca?
I'm just waiting for a response from our proposal.
Has there been an offer from the state?
There has been an offer from the state, yes, Judge, a very reasonable offer. But
Is it a time
it is time to serve. Yes, Judge. It started out at 6. It's at 3 now. My client is, we're looking at. I'm trying to get 2 years, Judge, to take into consideration his credit that he did in the Fed. So I'm still trying to discuss that with the prosecutors.
So he had this charge pending before the federal charges snuck up on him.
I believe so, yes, Judge.
Look, yeah, Mr. Garcia, until this issue about the credit, which normally I do, I'll give you whatever credit you're entitled to, but technically you're not entitled to the credit for the federal time, but they're trying to work that into your plea agreement. But you're still looking at a time to serve. So right now you're getting credit. You would get credit for any future time to serve. So I don't know that any purpose is being served. And it's easier for me to say that because you're in there. But today I'm going to deny any request for a bond, but I will take it up on the 22nd when I see you again. And that's going to be with me, Mr. Garcia. I'll take that issue up to set bond for Mr. Garcia on the 22nd. Once I have more information as to what's going to happen with the case, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, but the time that you have in here is this time right now is going to help you one way or another, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. I'm excused.
Thank you, Mr. Villafranca.
Your Honor, we have another one on the docket, the 406. It's not gonna be coming today. She's in quarantine. It's Lugo Lisa Lee. Lugo Lisa Lee. She's in quarantine.
Okay, so Lisa Lugo is not coming out.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Let's reset her for when? The 2nd of March at 8:30?
That is correct, Your Honor.
So 2018 CRO 373D4 reset for March 2nd at 8:30. And who's that? We have?
We have Alfredo Flores, 406.
Morning, Your Honor. Omar Salinas and Mr. Flores.
Oh, Flores. I thought I heard Torres. Hold on. Where is he?
He's on page 5, Your Honor, at the bottom.
The court calls 2021 CRL 1275D4, the state of Texas versus Alfredo Flores. Good morning, Mr. Flores.
Good morning, Your Honor.
So final pretrial
Yes, Your Honor. May I proceed?
yeah, you may.
On this case, Your Honor, Mr. Flores has some subsequent offenses that we're trying to include as part of a global offer. So we are going to ask for a reset based on that. I think I've been in communication with the state. I think they want some police reports to look at before they come up with a number. This is a time to serve offer, Your Honor, for this case and including the other cases. We're also going to request a reasonable bond at this time, Your Honor. He currently has a no bond. So we are asking if the court would consider placing a bond on him for these charges. He has been in custody for 65 days, according to the docket here, Your Honor.
The manufacturing or possession charge says unassigned. Is it a felony 1, 2, or 3? Do we know, or state jail?
I believe it's one of those super felonies, Your Honor, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct, Your Honor. It's an aggravated felony 1, Your Honor. And there is an enhancement on him because of his past murder charge. So we'd ask that you give him an extremely high bond if you're going to entertain a bond. Or it says his attempt at a murder is what we're enhancing with.
Well, and Your Honor, he does have a $180,000 bond currently for the new charges. We're asking if we could have something less than that. I mean, he has 180,000 for, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, he has over 10, 15 charges. And it's because there was smuggling of persons based on the amount of people. So we're asking for these charges to be somewhere underneath that, Your Honor. We're asking for $50,000 bond. He is indigent. He hasn't been working for the past 65 days. We don't want to use this bail as a tool of oppression here, Your Honor. So we are asking if a bond can be set. We're not asking for a PR bond. We're just asking for a reasonable bond in this case, Your Honor.
Your Honor, the state is asking for at least 100,000. He has been absconded from this case for almost a year. Actually 1 month shy of a year. This was an aggravated felony case, Your Honor, felony 1 case. He did have a weapon with him. He has been convicted of attempted murder before, and we do have an enhancement on him for that particular case. And in this particular case, let me see, we're charging him with over 400 grams of heroin, Your Honor. And over 400 grams of heroin makes that a minimum of 15 years to serve.
Yeah. So, I mean, whatever I put on is going to be added to the 180,000 plus that he has the other cases.
Yes, Your Honor, it would be on top of it. So, I mean, it's just compounding what he can't already pay. He's been in there for 65 days. And he's not going to be able to make those payments, Your Honor.
No, and you know, I mean, it seems like an exercise in futility, but I, you know, I kind of agree with the state on this, Mr. Salinas and Mr. Flores. mean, I'll set his bond on the felony at 75,000 and 5,000 for the misdemeanor.
Thank you, Your Honor. And if we could have possibly about 30 days, just so we can try to get all these cases wrapped up. It is several counts, and I'm not sure we're gonna have to go through each one of those and see and negotiate those, or if the state's just willing to give just a flat offer for all those charges.
I'll give you a little bit more than a month, a couple of weeks more. What about April 4th at 8:30 with Judge Palomo?
That works, Your Honor.
Cash bill surety, 75 and 5.
Thank you.
All right, good luck, Mr. Flores.
Your Honor, can I speak to you?
Yes.
Yeah, like in them charges, I had already signed for 5 years probation. But they never told me anything. I just went and did fingerprints and signed everything with the sheriff department.
Your Honor, I think what he means is there was an offer that was conveyed at one point, and I think the state withdrew that offer, so it's no longer a probation offer.
Okay.
Before, and he never presented it to the court. It was not presented to the court, and he never pled or was sentenced.
All right, well, I made my decision on this. Sorry, I can't do more for you, Mr. Flores, but you've got some serious stuff pending, so we'll see you back here on the 4th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Unless found out, which is unlikely. Okay, good luck.
Your Honor, we have another one on the 406 docket. It's Garza Omar Jr. Garza Omar Jr. He's on the 406 docket.
Six.
Omar Salinas for Mr. Garcia, Your Honor. On page 7 in the middle.
Court calls 2019 CRM 994D4, the state of Texas versus Omar Garza Jr. Final hearing MTR.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, it's a similar announcement, Your Honor. We're trying to work some new charges that Mr. Garza has into a plea for this motion to revoke. The state said they would look into it. It's not guaranteed. So we're asking if we could possibly have a 3-week reset, Your Honor. I think it is a drug case that Mr. Thompson has access to. So I think 3 weeks should be sufficient to get the police report and negotiate it. And if not, we can proceed on just this case, Your Honor.
So there's March 8th or the 2nd?
Probably the 8th, Your Honor, a little more time for the state to review it and so we can discuss it.
All right, we'll reset this for March 8th at 9:30 in the morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, Mr. Garza.
Thank you.
Next, Your Honor, we have Jose Chairez, 406.
Judge, if I may,
Yes.
on the docket for the 341st on page 1 at the bottom. Jacinto Zapata,
Yes.
he's no longer in custody, Judge.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, all right. So
Your
all the
Honor, I'm
things-
sorry, Mr. Jacinto Zapata, that is my case, Judge. I believe that the ADA had an announcement on that particular case. I'm here waiting for that case, Judge. He was in federal custody, and this is
Mr.
Mr.
Vigil?
McKee's case.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Vigil, are you there?
I'll scan in, Your Honor. Paul Thompson for the state.
What was the announcement you were waiting for, Mr. Garcia?
Well, I don't know if Mr. Thompson is aware of it. I know Mr. Vigil was going to verify with a couple of other DAs, but due to the fact that he's in federal custody and he was just sentenced, in which I was representing him on, this case was going to be, I believe, dismissed by the state due to the fact that he's been already sentenced in federal court. He was just going to verify that. I think that was the announcement Mr. Vigil was going to make earlier, but I do know that my client was previously in custody, and now I believe he has been sent out to complete his federal time.
Okay, so he's not here, right?
I know he was set for today.
That's not Mr. Zapata anymore. Okay, well, that's fine. We just want to call the case. And if he shows up, we'll just let him know that possibly the case is going to be dismissed.
Helping Grace.
Okay. I think you're good to go, Mr. Garcia. And that does it for the 341st leave.
Thank you.
So anyone associated with the 341st, excuse?
Judge, we still are missing a writ, Bernardino Valdez,
Go
for
ahead.
the 341st.
Yes, Judge, it's a civil writ.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor, we do have Valdez here.
You're on mute.
Oh, Mr. Valdez, is that you?
Yes.
Let me get him for Your Honor. He's right here.
The court is going to call 2023 CVJ 225D3 in the matter of Bernardino Valdez.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, this is a writ of habeas that we filed on behalf of Mr. Valdez. He's going to need an interpreter. I don't know if there's one available right now.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I know.
Oh, you good?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
I thought you needed one. All right, Your Honor, back on, I believe it was the 11th of January, we had a waiver of extradition hearing with Mr. Valdez present. He signed the waiver and the court assured him that if the state of Minnesota did not come for him within 30 days that he would be released. That's been 44 days since his arrest, Your Honor, and based on the statute 5113, we're requesting that he be released, at least here in Webb County. Now, I've advised him before, and I'll advise him again, that if he is released, that the warrant is still pending in other jurisdictions, and so he needs to get to Minnesota as soon as possible, or get his attorney to take care of the matters in Minnesota. But we're just requesting that he be ordered to be released from the custody here in Webb County, because he already signed the waiver, and it's been 44 days since he's been arrested, Your Honor.
I don't take it there's going to be a response from the sheriff or the state. Yeah. Oh, in the jury room? Can you bring me the paperwork? Was one of the pretrial services. How many are there?
Your own accounts are locked out? Yes,
Who's the pretrial officer?
yeah, Poncho told me to open it.
Just-
Like after I
They
spoke
should
to
be there
you,
with them.
and I gave you the information, Poncho called me, and
Okay.
said, no, like I didn't
Mr.
have any
Trevino,
information or
Mr.
anything. So I was like, okay, I'll open it for you, so I did.
I believe somebody's mic
So
is
just
on.
go ahead and log in.
Fernando, you need to mute Alma's thing.
On the phone with the judge.
There you go. All right. How many days did you say he's been in custody, Mr. Trevino?
I believe it's 44 days, Your Honor. Let me see when he was arrested.
Does that sound about right, Mr. Valdez?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Trevino, I'm going to grant the request. I've signed the order of release. I'm going to hand it over to the clerk. That's everything right there.
Yes, Your Honor. He was actually booked on, looks like on January 10th.
Okay.
In Webb County.
The order's been signed. Motion's granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck, Mr. Valdez.
Thank you, sir.
And Your Honor, we had two other writs, but they were non-suited. So I believe that's everything for me at this hearing. Your Honor, may be excused.
Well, yes, you're excused. And that-
Thank you.
So all we have left is the 406.
We're gonna have Jose Chaitis for 06.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
Is this Zuniga Chaitis?
Yes. The court calls 2022 CRF 6760 for the state of Texas versus Jose Alberto Zuniga Chaitis. And we're
Omar
here-
Salinas for Mr. Zuniga Chaitis, Your Honor.
and what do we got going on here?
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, we're pending some discovery, and then I also did do an offer. Sorry, let me collect my thoughts here, Your Honor. I apologize. I made a counter offer to the state on this case, and I believe the state wants to review it with the families and the complaining witnesses to see if they're willing to accept it. So we are going to ask for a reset on this, possibly, I think 30 days would be more than sufficient. And then also, in the meantime, he does have, I believe it's $340,000 bond. We were going to ask if the court would consider either hearing the oral motion to reduce it at this time, or if the court wants me to file something, we can do that as well.
Well, I'm going to set it on my docket for the 22nd of March, and I'd rather have a motion on this. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 counts pending. And I'm assuming this is a time to serve.
Yes, Your Honor. That is for the state judge. We're working towards that type of agreement, Judge. I just need some time to talk to the family, Your Honor. So we may possibly even have an agreement by that date.
Yeah, we'll set it for a status on March 22nd at 1 p.m. and that'll be with me. And at that time, I will take up a motion to reduce bond.
And I can't file that. And I did just convey the counter offer to the state. I will get in contact with Mr. Zuniga Chaitis. I'll go see him at the jail to let him know what that is.
All right.
Did you need a translator, Mr. Chaitis?
Mr. Chaitis?
¿Hablas inglés o están en español? Yes, you would need a translator.
Karen, did you get any of that?
No, Judge, I did not.
Okay. Uh-oh, you're going back in the black books.
Sorry, Judge.
So, go ahead and translate for me. Mr. Chaitis, your attorney has been explaining to me what's going on in your case.
Chaitis, su abogado me explicó lo que está sucediendo en su caso.
There has been an offer and a counter offer to see if your case can be resolved.
Ha habido una oferta y una contraoferta para ver si se puede resolver su caso.
However, the family and the victim have to be consulted before another offer is made by the state.
Sin embargo, la familia y la víctima deben de ser consultados antes de que se haga otra oferta.
I reset your case for March 22nd.
Le he reagendado su caso para el 22 de marzo.
To give your attorney time to see if a deal can be worked out.
Para darle tiempo a su abogado para ver si se puede hacer, para ver si se puede resolver una oferta en su caso.
On that date, I also will take up a motion to see if we can reduce your bond in case the case does not get resolved.
En ese día tomaré en cuenta una moción para reducir su fianza si no se resuelve su caso para ese entonces.
Okay. All right. Good luck. Buena suerte, señor Zuniga.
Judge, it's March 22nd at what time?
1 p.m.
Okay, el 22 de marzo a la 1 de la tarde.
Okay, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good luck.
Buena suerte.
Your Honor, the last one we have, Your Honor, is the 4-6 docket. It's Ramirez Angel de Jesus. Ramirez Angel de Jesus.
The court calls 2022 CRF 732D4, the state of Texas versus Angel de Jesus Ramirez.
Yes, sir.
Omar Salinas for Mr. Ramirez, Your Honor. I believe the state has an announcement on this case.
Yes, Your Honor, Rogelio Soto for the state judge. We're gonna be, due to some mitigating information that has come to light in this case, Your Honor, and a change of circumstances, we're gonna be filing a dismissal in this case, Judge.
Does he have anything else pending?
No, Your Honor, I believe this is the only thing holding him.
He's in custody for this case and other charges, Your Honor.
All right, well. Mr. Ramirez, do you understand English?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, so the indication is that the charges on the case that I just called are going to be dismissed.
Okay, sir.
So these charges will not be holding you in, but the clerk is informing me that you may have some other charges.
There shouldn't be nothing else there, sir. There was one back when I was younger, when I came back from Iowa, it's from theft, but it was dismissed a long time ago. I went to court for it.
Okay, so yeah, this is kind of unofficial, but as far as these charges, I guess they will not be keeping you in. So if everything else has been resolved, then you should be getting out fairly soon, like today or tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck, Mr. Ramirez.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, that's it for here in the in custody docket, Your Honor.
Oh, you're letting me have this.
Oh, the other two, those were the ones that were non-suited. The two that were non-suited.
Your Honor, was there a case called for Roberto Villarreal? I know he's in federal custody. I don't know if it was on page 4 of the 406.
No, Your Honor, wasn't called.
No, it was not called. Or Fernando Garay was
Your
not.
Honor, for Mr. Villarreal, last writ of habeas was issued on December 14th for the hearing set for January 17th. There was no writ of habeas issued for this hearing.
What about Alan Sanchez?
Your Honor, for Alan Sanchez, he's already been sent to a mental facility.
I'd say that name rings a bell.
Yes, he went to Palestine Regional Medical Center, and he's due to be, his 120 days should be at May 19th of 2023.
All right. So we're done, right?
Yes, Your Honor, I just have a couple of announcements, like the clerk was saying on Mr. Fernando Garay on page 4, Your Honor, there's an outstanding warrant, so that one's gonna be passed pending apprehension.
Okay.
Mr. Roberto Villarreal, Your Honor, there was no writ issued. And I'm not sure if the state was gonna have an announcement or.
Mr. Thompson.
That is Mr. Tom. Yeah.
My apologies, Your Honor. I was trying to multitask. Which case is this? I'm so sorry, Your Honor.
It's all right. Roberto Villarreal.
Yes, on this case, Your Honor, I believe he's in federal custody. The state is considering dismissing this case because we do have a federal judgment. I'm just would like some time to consider it. That's all. Looks like he was convicted of 2 years federally and has 3 years of supervision. I'm most likely going to dismiss these cases sometime this week.
Okay. Should we just leave it off the docket for now?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll be waiting for the dismissal orders, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, Mr. Rogelio Cárdenas, he's outside on page 5.
Outside my chambers?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is charges?
Your Honor, if I may, it's a motion final hearing. Mr. Cardenas I believe already paid what he owed to probation. I don't know what's gonna happen with the MTR.
This is also your case, Mr. Thompson. Mr. Cardenas is sitting outside my chamber door.
Yes, Your Honor. I do not believe I don't remember any conversation with opposing counsel on this. I believe it was Nathan Chu.
Right, I
We
mean.
may
he's
need
on-
to get a reset on this.
But yeah, we need to put him on the regular docket though.
Yeah, he was barely released on February 2nd, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Marco, give me a date.
Yes, Your
regular
Honor.
docket for this, yeah, for an MTR final hearing for Mr. Cardenas. Here, let's do this so that there's no issue with
Your Honor, this is Karen. May I be excused?
we're almost done. Hold on a second, well, yeah, we don't need any more interpreters.
Okay.
Yes, Your
Thank you.
Honor, Paul Thompson for the state. Yes, the payment to probation was just to get out of jail, according to my records. The state is offering 50 days to serve on this. That's what our offer is. I have not heard anything from opposing counsel yet. If we could get a reset for a final hearing, then we'll either have a deal by the date or we'll have a hearing.
Reset but we need a regular one, Marco.
Yes, Your Honor. March 13th, Your Honor. Let me see if I can do a later time. Yes, March 13th, Your Honor, at 10:30.
And this is final hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Give him that. So he don't have to worry.
I believe that is all for the 406, Your Honor.
Okay, I think we're done.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I've got stuff to do, so thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.